Hello and welcome to the Courage Coalition. Today I am on a solo cast, and over the next couple weeks, we are going to kind of dissect and go over the framework of how I coach on value based finances. When I talk about working with people who are value driven or purpose driven, what that means, but also how we work together in a way that aligns with who they are. So today, the first subject matter is our beliefs, the stories we inherited, the shame we carry, and the power we have to choose something different, to break those generational stories that come with us, whether we choose them or not. And most people are like, I don't understand how this has anything to do with money. But you have to remember that our brain is formed. Our brain has memories from clear back in our childhood 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Different research says different things. But the fact of the matter is that we have these beliefs that are created from childhood. And that creation, those beliefs come from the environment we were raised in or not raised in, right? Because it's not always about negative or positive. It's just maybe having no information at all. So, yes, we could talk about scarcity and shame around money, but what about just no information? Well, that creates a belief. And when we think about our education system, we have to think about the fact that money isn't taught anymore. And it's definitely not taught in those early years of our amygdala being formed. And so we have to really take those beliefs apart, leaf by leaf or layer by layer and ask, is this still serving me? Is this what's creating that roadblock? Because the other part of our beliefs is that a lot of times they're formed during survival seasons and we hold on to them without that knowledge. We hold on to them during times when we were living out of just survival to pay the bills, survival to actually even maybe get a job. Maybe we were injured and we had no choice in our financial story. So there's all these things that really play into why we do the things we do. But what it comes down to is those beliefs not only define how you spend money, but how you save money and also how you earn money. And a lot of people don't think about that. But those beliefs about going to work and working 60 hours a week and coming home in the evenings and sitting in front of the TV and never investing in retirement or maybe never going on vacations because that was a waste of money or I can go on and on. But the fact of the matter is everything we do comes back to those, even outside of money. But our financial story, our financial beliefs go back to those same things that we saw or didn't see. So a lot of my clients that I work with, one of the first things they say is I should know this by now. I want you to let that sink in because you're probably feeling that same thing. Maybe you have had a business for 20 years and you're like, I should know this by now. Why can't I get ahead of this? And it's those silent scripts that are in our head that are replaying over and over and over again. And don't understand that that is actually creating the boundary or the barrier to get through it. Because financial freedom isn't just about income, right? Or finances isn't just about income. It's about the identity that we hold with our finances. Again, a belief. Were we taught that our money or how much we earn, how much we save, how much we spend is about our success? Were we taught that money is bad? Maybe your parents, your grandparents knew someone that money created a very evil person. And so you started learning that money is bad. And so you've actually withheld yourself from earning more. Maybe you were raised with a parent that you never had any money at all. There wasn't money for groceries. There wasn't money for the rent. And that was because of the way they spent their money and never saved it. And so now you find yourself always saving and never actually living in those values that are important to you. So our beliefs are critical to how we spend, earn, and save, our true full financial story. But if we don't take the time to understand our beliefs, and for most of us, we may not even know that they're there, then we don't have the opportunity to change those beliefs. So I ask you today is, do you understand the beliefs that are driving you, that are pushing you into your finances? Or are they something that you've never even thought about? Because the beliefs determine our values around money, right? Our values, we can create our core values, but we'll sometimes dismiss them based on our money story because our beliefs and our values do not align. And if we do not have values that are aligned, then we cannot connect them to the behavior. And then the behavior cannot be connected to the results. And it all comes down to the results. You're listening to this because something isn't currently working in your life when it comes to your finances. And so that result is the end goal. And the first step is understanding the why behind your beliefs. So I hope this gave you just maybe an inkling of curiosity and or tools to start looking into those beliefs. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Until next time.